Welcome to episode 96 of Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor, Mia. Trigger warning, this episode is all about traumas. The boys give personal examples with detailed stories and touch on sensitive topics like childhood violence, death, and bathroom emergencies. If any of these topics are difficult or upsetting for you, please feel free to skip ahead to 49 minutes and 38 seconds. Otherwise, enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sorry for the Delay. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. And Joshua, this is episode number 96. Or for the people who've been paying attention in class, this is the trauma episode. So disclaimer right off the bat, Mia probably explained it to you in the beginning of the episode here. But this episode will be about traumas, specifically adult traumas and childhood traumas, some having to do with poop, some having to do with violence, some having to do, what was my third category I had on here? Death. There you go, the big one. So just be forewarned, this episode may trigger some people. So, like we've been warning you guys for weeks, if you don't want to listen, you don't have to. You can skip to this timestamp if you just want to hear some fun finds and, some feel-good stuff to get you through the week. But other than that, Joshua, let's continue the episode as usual. What is in your cup this week, my dude?
So in my cup, considering we are going to be getting into trauma, it's probably going to get a little passionate. And what's more passionate? What's more passionate? Can't talk today. Sorry, guys. What's more passionate about living in California and drinking something from Cali Squeeze? This is passion fruit, everybody.
Hell yeah,
this
dude.
Is a passion fruit Cali Squeeze here. And bought these as a variety pack. I got a few more downstairs that I may show off in the upcoming episodes. But I'm super excited about this one because everything I've heard about it's supposed to be pretty tasty. And I'm willing to give it a try on screen here. So let me see.
Ooh, satisfying. So
nice and
crack.
Fresh. Okay. Let me smell. I gotta smell it first. I mean, that does smell a lot of passion. A lot like passion fruit. So
okay,
let's see. Let's give it a try.
It's taking a big old swiggy swig. It looks good. Can's nice and frosty too.
My gosh, if you have not, or any of the listeners, if you've not had a Cali Squeeze passion fruit, I 100% recommend it. Give it a try because this thing is actually pretty fucking delicious. So, yeah, dude, that's what's in my cup tonight. It's going to get passionate. It's going to get weird. So fucking there you go. Can't even speak.
God dang.
That's what I got in my cup, buddy.
Making me thirsty over here, Joshua. Making me so thirsty. Fuck, that fucking can look frosty as fuck. Oh, yeah. Looks good, dude. Looks good.
Thank you. What do you got in your cup over there,
Joshua? Hey, I thought for a brief moment the last few weeks that the ciders that I've been consuming, because they're all limited edition, right? I thought they were gone. But, buddy, I am happy to report the doggo is back. Fucking got some more water wings, baby. Got some water wings. I'm going to, hang on, before I open that, I also have to show off the other one that I got. Because, again, I thought this one was gone. But it's not. It's in my little koozie thing. But it's the Pog, Cosmic Crisp Pog. So I'm double fisting tonight because it's going to get intense. So there's that. But yeah, I'm going to start with the water wings. And, for those of you who this is your first time listening, hi, welcome to Sorry for the Delay, where we don't condone drinking. But if you want to have a drink while you listen to this, feel free. This is Water Wings by Two Town Cider. It is basically cider with clementine oranges. So it is delicious, and I'll go ahead and pour some and then give a sip. It is apple cider meets orange juice. It's almost like what do they call that? A brunch. It's like a brunch fucking drink. I guess that's the best way.
Brunch in a can?
Brunch in a can, Joshua. That's exactly why I keep you on here. Yeah, brunch in a can. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. But yeah,
for the guy who can't talk, I come up with little one-liners here and there.
6.9%, by the way, everybody. The POG is 9% for those of you wondering. So I will start with the lower percentile on this one. So there's that. Joshua, I forgot to ask you, how are you doing this week?
How am I doing? I don't know, man. Leading up, all the things you just talked about, because this is supposed to be like a trauma episode. I just want to let you in. Sean didn't let me know we were going to talk about shit. He didn't even tell me we were talking about diapers. He didn't tell me we were going to be talking about any of this shit. All he said is we were going to be talking about trauma. So I'm not sure, honestly, where this is going to go. I'm a little nervous going into this episode. I'm not gonna lie. So I guess I'm nervous right now. to sum it up, I'm nervous. Like, I don't know where it's going to go.
I think the audience is nervous as well. So we'll see.
I'm nervous. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
But that's how I'm feeling ultimately right now. And it's a nighttime record. So
late night pod, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Welcome to Late Night Pod.
Yeah, but I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm glad you're okay. I mean, you look a little tired, but I come to accept that. So it is what it is. Late night pods, can't help it.
Yeah.
So let me do a little bit of housekeeping, Joshua, before we get into the trauma and the bulk of everything. So let me start by saying, hey, welcome to the Housekeeping Corner. I do not have buttons this week. So Mia, thank you. I appreciate you adding the Housekeeping Corner in. But speaking of housekeeping, when this episode releases, this will be the last week. We said that's last week, but this is the official last week that you can get the summer collection. So if you are interested in any of those 3 shirts that we dropped for the summer collection, this is your last week. With that being said, the new fall drop is going to be available August 5th. So fall drop, August 5th. There will be, I think it's going to be a total of 4 new shirts. It may end up being 3. I haven't fucking decided whether or not I want to put out all 4 or if I'm just going to save one for myself. So we'll see on that one.
4 or 3, right?
4 or 3 on August 5th. That is Tuesday, August 5th for the fall collection. So even if you don't want to buy a shirt, come over to the website, Sorry for Little Late Out Live, and check it out. You can see some of those badass shirts, and we'll show them off on the episode that week too. So don't worry about it. Other than that, Joshua, that is most of the housekeeping that I have, but I do want to give you a congratulations, buddy. We just hit, I believe, 1,000 hours plus of watch time on our YouTube channel, which is pretty fucking cool for a channel and a YouTube thing that, we kind of just started for fun. So congratulations, buddy. I do appreciate your hard work in this, and Mia, congratulations to you as well. So there's that. Last thing, Joshua, is the algorithm that we've been trying to add more words to. I have a word. It's a weird one, but it's a word. The word is zucchini. Apparently, we've never said the word zucchini. So there you go.
Never said zucchini.
I don't know.
Have we never said zucchini?
It's just never come up in conversations.
Yeah, it seems like a staple word.
It does, but yeah, apparently not. So there you go. Do you have a word to add to this?
No, I do not have a word today.
No words?
You would have thought by now I would have come up with another word, but you questioned my last week's word of, was it moonglade?
Moonglaze?
Moonglaze? Moonglade?
No, it was moonglade. Yeah, it was moonglade.
Yeah. I use it every day now. I just find a reason. Even when the sun's out, just say that shit.
So pretentious. So pretentious. Yeah. Josh was like fucking out there on a balcony. Hey, look at that moonglade.
Yeah, super dumb. Before I forget though, other than words, because I didn't come up with a word, by the time this episode comes out, you probably already heard by now, unless you're like living under a rock or you're not interested in music. But we lost a great musician today, or a while ago, depending on when you're listening to this. The great Ozzy Osbourne has passed away, everybody. And I wasn't a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan growing up. Like, I don't want to lie about it, but what he did for music and how he changed people's lives, because I've been reading stories and all this, so it's pretty impressive what one person can do with music. And we've truly lost a legend, Ozzy Osbourne. And I would say, sorry, buddy. I mean, you get to go make music up in heaven now, or wherever you're going,
Yeah, it was.
You lost a good one.
I was on my lunch when I read that news, and man, it hit me more than I knew it was going to hit you, because as a musician, like, he was a pioneer in a lot of sense, and watching his final performance live was spectacular. That man still had a great fucking voice, and even though like the physical performance wasn't there, like you could tell he loved being up on stage, and it's hard to lose a legend like that, man. So R.I.P. Mr. Ozzy Osbourne passed away at the age of 76. So, oof.
And he bit the head off a bat.
I think he bit off the head of multiple bats.
Did he?
I don't know. Okay, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, multiple bats.
I mean, if I can live as long as that guy did and do what he did, just sign me up. We're some bats. I'll start chewing on those things every day. Yeah, buddy. I thought I'd throw that out there.
All right, buddy. Well, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the point of the episode where we will now trigger your, I don't know, anxiety, I guess. Let's get this.
Or maybe you can relate. I mean, we might bring up some stuff you can relate to, which is ultimately, I think, kind of the point of this show.
Yeah.
We're like relatable to you guys listening in some way.
Yeah.
So
let us know. So, Joshua, I'm assuming you don't have a little chat with us for this one.
Oh, I do. Actually, I do have a chat with us.
Oh,
and because, sometimes the algorithm doesn't like certain words.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have liked if we would have put childhood trauma or adult trauma. So I decided to rename these segments today. That's the first one being Juicebox trauma.
You mean Juicebox?
Or Juicebox? Juicebox trauma? Juicebox?
Love it.
Trauma? Juicebox? Yep. Yeah. And for the second one, because we're going to dive into, like Sean said, adult trauma, we're going to dive into bills, breakdowns, and burritos, everybody.
Bills, breakdowns, and burritos. Damn. That's great. That's fucking great. So let's start. We're basically going to cut this episode into two parts here. So like the first one is entailing Juicebox trauma. So we're going to talk to you guys about some of the way I'm kind of doing this, Joshua. I'll tell you kind of how I'm doing it. You can kind of go off whatever you wanted to do with it. But the way I'm doing it is I'm breaking it down by some of the things that I experienced in my childhood that still cause me trauma to this very day. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. So,
should I play therapist over here? Like,
well, I think people want to hear your traumas too.
Okay.
It's
okay.
like, that's the thing, It can't just be one-sided or else this feels weird,
I'm sure whatever you're going to say is going to fuel me too. So don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry.
So let's start. I'll go ahead and start this one, Joshua. This is I wouldn't say it's probably my biggest childhood trauma, but it's definitely up there. So I'm going to tell you a story of me shitting my pants as a child, everybody. Yeah, let's go. Let's get into it. So, Joshua, I was probably in my youth. I was probably like 8, 9 years old. I was invited to go to a county fair with one of my best friends at the time. And, fairs, fun. Unbeknownst to me, I did not realize how much anxiety I would get from like roller coasters and a fear of them, like I never realized that until this very day when I was going to the fair. We were going to ride a roller coaster and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. And we were already standing in line, we were standing in line waiting for this ride and we were about to get up to the corner. And that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you just got to take a dump. You have that that bubble gut, right? And I'll preference this by saying I didn't have anything to eat that would make me sick or anything like that. This just came from the sheer fact of just fear and nervousness. I got the nervous shits. And so what ended up happening was we got up to the 5 people in front of us and I got that feeling in my gut. And I was like, I have to use the restroom. Like I can't go on this ride. And so my friend was like, okay, that's fine. And so I got out of line, was trying to run to the restroom. And this is a county fair. So the restroom's like a good 200, 300 feet away, through the mists of people. So I'm trying to get to that restroom. I'm trying to weave my way through. I don't get there in time. I shit my fucking pants, Joshua. I shit my pants. And it's that kind of stuff that, it's that water diarrhea where you're like, I didn't know my body was capable of producing this much liquid in one area. So I waddle my way to the to the restroom, and I basically have to strip almost completely naked and scoop this liquid shit out of my underwear and my pants and called my friend, and I was like, hey, kind of shit my pants over here. Like, I think I need to go home. Yeah. Yeah. So that's
way to play that down.
So
yeah,
that's like the gist of the story, right? And so if you want to be all psychoanalytic about it, that kind of is like my anxiety for like shitting in public, because I was traumatized by that moment. And now like public bathrooms and fucking pooping outside of the home is like a real mental block for me. You know, it's difficult to do that without knowing where a bathroom is, just in case of emergencies. And so I know there are people like me out there, because I've talked to people like that. Yeah, that didn't help, you know. But to furthermore the trauma, because this is the trauma episode, as we were going home, you know, like my pants shit full, right? I had to throw away my underwear already. Like, those are gone. So we get back to my best friend's house. I'm in the garage, and then I'm undressing, and I have to get hosed off because I'm covered in shit. It is extremely funny now, thinking about it, because, you know, I'm a fucking idiot, and I probably shouldn't have rode this ride. But as a kid, you don't know. You don't know these things. But yeah, it was definitely embarrassing to get hosed off in a garage by my best friend's mother. So that was fun. So there's one childhood trauma story for you, everybody. So, Joshua?
See, that is a great story, Sean. I unfortunately can't relate to that story because I used to just shit my pants on purpose to get new clothes.
What?
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want new underwear? Easiest way to get new underwear is just shit your pants.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I learned that day.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. So I can't relate to the poo story because I would just do it on purpose. You know, why not? Just roll up to Gottschalk's, get a new pair of underwear every other week. I just got new clothes. Actually, for me, it was a good deal. It worked out pretty well. So either be scared like Sean or shit your pants and get new clothes like I do. You go either way, depending on how you want to do that.
I wish I had that mentality back then. That would have been nice to know. Like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I don't like these pants anywhere, you know? And just fucking shit. I'm going to shit harder.
You know, it's just like that sweater you got, you know, you're like, dude, I needed to wipe my ass with something.
Yeah.
And just shit yourself and wipe your ass with that sweater. It's a perfect reason to get rid of some clothing. The socks you don't want. It's fucking easy, man. It's the easiest way out. Little piece of advice for people out there. Just shit yourself if you feel like it. Get some new shit.
That's fucking that's great.
But I mean, I guess for me, if we want to dive back into like a little bit of Juicebox trauma. I used to have a big fear. I mean, I guess I still kind of do. Is I don't know if you were ever the kid in classroom that just always had the wrong answer. You know, like when you're in class as a kid, you know, you think you're learning some shit. You think you've gone to the right school. They've given you the right books. You got the best fucking teachers in public fucking schools, right?
Yeah.
None of them drink. None of them do crystal meth. You got the best fucking teachers possible in front of you teaching you life skills. So I remember as a child being in classrooms, and this moved on to the days when you were just not only in one classroom, you had like 5 classes throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
So you had 5 opportunities, probably more, to raise your hand and let everybody know that you're fucking stupid because you don't know the fucking answer. Right?
Yeah.
So my childhood traumas, a lot of them go back to the days of being in school when you were, you know, you read books, like I said, and you were expected to know the answers. And when the teachers asked for participation, they wanted people to raise their hands. And who naturally would they pick? They'd pick the person that either sat in the front row or the fucker that sat in the back that never rose their hand. And guess where I was? I was in the front.
Oh, you were
because that was too obvious.
Oh man, I thought you were in the back.
No. I mean, I haven't gotten there. I wasn't in the front because remember, I just shit my pants, so I can't be. You know, I can't be too close. because I probably stink. So I just tucked myself all the way in the back underneath the fucking light in the class, and it didn't work. I got into the corner that was the darkest, dingiest, fucking dusty place and just tried to hide. And the teachers would test me constantly. Hey, Joshua, and maybe they didn't like my name. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe it was the freckles. Maybe it was just the good looks. I don't know. But they constantly would, Joshua, would you like to participate? No, I don't. Yes, you do.
Ooh.
And I would raise my hand, or they would ask me the question. I would get it wrong. And time again, people would fucking laugh at my answers. And they wouldn't just laugh. They would fucking make a joke out of my answers. Like, did you even fucking read? And I'm like, no, I don't know how to read, asshole. Like, it's just a mockery of this whole fucking situation, right?
Yeah.
And this was basically how school went for me. Is I had a learning disability. I mean, I still don't, have the greatest, obviously, reading from prompted shit, no matter how big I make the font on the fucking computer over here, So this doesn't end, everybody. This is still happening to this day. So that's why doing this podcast is actually kind of good for me, because it addresses some trauma for me. But yeah, dude, it's school and having the wrong answers and teachers putting you in the spotlight to be, basically making you an example. It felt like sometimes to not be stupid is what it felt like, like this is why you're not going to graduate. Just be like that guy. It felt like sometimes. Yeah. And, there's some trauma there, and it still exists. And I feel bad for every kid that has to go through any type of school, public, private, whatever. I mean, sometimes your parents are paying for school. They pass you anyways. Fuck, not talking shit, but sometimes you get passed even though you fucking don't really deserve it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's where some of my trauma comes from, is just being in school, and so I still do have a little bit of a problem with that when I'm in groups. When I get asked, hey, do you know the answer to this? You know that, and then they look at you even as an adult and they go, "That's not fucking right." And I'm like, now I can say fuck you, but I won't, because I was raised properly. I was raised like my parents. Still, I got to be respectful, but I'm talking when I leave the room. Trust me, I'm talking. Yeah, dude, that's part of my trauma, and I can't say it enough. If you've experienced any of that, there are people you can talk to, find some friend, whatever, man. There's lots of places you can go. Just do me a favor, do Sean a favor, do yourself a favor. Look yourself in the mirror, address these issues, because they're not good if you just bottle this shit in. Yeah. So address your traumas and talk to your friends, talk to whoever you need to. Because I think it's important to talk about your traumas.
Oh, yeah. And let me continue that statement with Joshua. I do have something. You jogged my memory on classroom trauma that I can bring up real quickly here, because it has something to do similar with your situation. One moment in particular, I was in middle school and we were reading aloud. So it's funny now because the voice that you hear is very well spoken and can speak clearly and concisely most of the time, and I can read aloud very well now. But back then, I was going through what we call puberty, and I was called upon to read aloud from a textbook. I don't remember what it was. And back then, my reading skill, my reading comprehension was almost non-existent, buddy. So when I was told to read aloud on this paragraph, because he would do paragraphs, every person had to read a fucking paragraph. As I'm trying to get through this fucking paragraph, my voice would crack and people would fucking laugh as I'm reading. And I'm like, my God. And you get that feeling, right? That feeling of embarrassment where your face gets all flush and people are just like in their head laughing at you and physically laughing at you. And that happened to me 3 times in the class until the teacher said, you know what, Sean, you don't have to read out loud anymore. And I was like, all right, cool. So, yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that one. Kids are assholes sometimes.
And it's crazy because trauma exists all over the place. And it's kind of shitty that it has to happen in a place where you're supposed to be learning, and it's a place where you're supposed to be growing, and a place where you're supposed to be able to let your imagination run free, and then it gets shit on by people that just want to make fun of you or put you on the spotlight on purpose. It does kind of suck. I do have another childhood school trauma, if you want me to talk about that one, or we could save it for a part 2 of Juice. box trauma.
No, go for it, buddy.
We can do part 2. You sure?
Yeah,
Okay,
go for it.
All right.
I gave
All
them
right,
2.
so-
We can have 2.
Okay. I'll give you one more, everybody. If you already turned the channel, I feel sorry for you because this one's kind of important. This is a big one. Well, this one also started much earlier in school for me. And when I say much earlier, I mean, you're still kind of like learning how to write and you're fucking coloring in books and you're learning where to hang your fucking jacket. You know, we're talking, you know, not kindergarten, but maybe first grade, whatever it is. Fucking. So, there was a day I went to school that was supposed to be like any ordinary day, right? You get off, go to school. Everything seems normal as a child, but what ended up happening that day was much different than any other fucking day. And I hope this never happens to any of your kids if you got them. So after this day was over, my mom got a phone call from another parent. And this parent was like, "Hey, Joshua's mom. Is Joshua okay?" My mom's like, "What do you mean? He seems just fine. He came home. He's happy. He's running around like any other kid his age. Nothing different." Well, my daughter came home today and she said that the teacher beat the shit out of your kid.
What?
Yeah. And can you, and she's really upset. My daughter is home right now crying. This day is not normal for her. I'm kind of surprised this day is normal for Joshua. Like, you know, Joshua shouldn't be okay. So mom goes, "Okay, well, let me go ahead and talk to my son." So mom gets off the phone, sits me down in the kitchen, puts a little chair, as the story goes. I'm probably fucking, sits me in the kitchen. She goes, "Joshua, how was your day at school today?" "Oh, Mom, it was so fun. We were playing in the playground. This was happening. This, you know, normal day." "Well, Joshua, did anything interesting happen between you and the teacher?" "Oh, yeah, Mom. The teacher just put me in the corner and just slapped me around a couple times. She's like that. Just hit me in the face. Threw me in the corner."
Fuck.
My mom's like, "What, Joshua?" Yeah, she just threw me in the corner. She started hitting me and told me to stay there the rest of the class day. It's the rest of the day." "Oh," my mom's like, "Okay, all right. So your day didn't go so well." So then I just, you know, okay, went off. So my mom calls the school. Turns out this teacher has done this before. Yeah. So I guess to keep the story shorter than it really should be is talk to your kids, you know, after their days of school. And if their days seem like they're okay, just have a little bit of a longer talk with them, because you never know what's going to happen. Because apparently to me that it was just a normal day and it really wasn't. And I was abused by a fucking teacher who had no right to put their hands on me. And yeah, man, that there is some trauma there that apparently I just didn't even know happened at the time when it happened, but it fucking happened. So
Damn, buddy.
watch out.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up shit, my dude. That's like
got beat up by a teacher. That's cool.
what
But I guess that was normal. This teacher was like 80 years old, so she
Jeez.
probably just beat the shit out of kids all the time.
Yeah, she
I
was-
mean, I was just another kid, right?
Yeah, she was just born in that lifestyle, you know. She still probably had the paddles in the back, you know. Damn.
So
though,
for
dude.
me, school really, I mean, there's a lot of shit that happened to me at school, man. People think shit happens after school. Most of my shit happened during school, believe it or not.
See this is why I love this podcast, is because we have two completely different sides to this coin. Like, you had a lot of stuff happen to you in school. I had a lot of stuff happen to me outside of school. Just real quick on this one, because it does have to do with people getting the shit kicked out of them. And buddy, I'm sorry that happened to you. And you know, I know we're going to get deep into some of these traumas. And for the people listening, I think for both Joshua and I, some of these are stuff that we haven't talked to each other about. So you're like hearing these stories for the first time for each of us is kind of traumatizing in itself. But just real quickly, a story that is always on my mind. It happened when I was a teenager. I was going to save it for the Bills breakdown and burritos one, but I think it fits well here. So it happened when I was a teenager. I got out of school. I used to ride BMX as well, but I was more into like the dirt BMX riding. And we had a dirt park right there next to our school. And so every day after school, I would get off school, I'd go to that dirt park, and I couldn't really do anything because, I was too scared to do anything. But I was there one day, and we had a giant tabletop plateau that people would just ride their bike up, and it was like, I kid you not, like 40 feet up in the air. And it was just like, just a lookout for everybody. Well, one day, I'm on top of that hill. There's about maybe 15, 20 kids all just kind of doing their thing. And we see an ice cream guy, a little ice cream man with his little push cart and whatnot. And he's pushing his cart down the little pathway that's there that surrounds like the park. When all of a sudden, a group of probably like 4 or 5, I want to say teenagers, but they're probably in their early 20s, mid 20s, came up to him and, like they were going to buy something from him. And so he stops his little cart and he's like, all right, like, what do you guys want? Like, but he's speaking Spanish. And then these kids proceed to beat the shit out of this poor man and steal his ice cream and everything and knock him out. He's on the floor. And mind you, I'm up here witnessing this, dumbfounded. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then these kids are celebrating. They're handing out ice cream to all the other fucking kids in the park over here. And like people are like trying to offer me ice cream. And I'm like, no, what the fuck? Like we got to go see if this guy's okay. And like, as like, I'm about to go down there and to like check on this guy, he gets up and he's like, obviously concussed and like confused, but he just fucking books it out of there. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna go home. Like, I don't know how to take this. Like, that was the first time I've ever seen an act of physical violence against somebody not doing anything. So, I felt that was fitting to connect the two pieces together, buddy. But yeah, traumatizing for sure. So,
hey, how do you heal trauma? The best.
Talk about it.
Do a little bit of drink and maybe a little bit of music.
Mm-hmm. Joshua, I couldn't have said it better myself, my dude. Let's lighten the mood for just a moment here, guys. If you're sticking with us and you're listening to our stories, we do honestly fucking appreciate the shit out of that. That means a lot, especially going down this deep episode. So, Joshua, I have an AI track for you guys today. This is track, what is this one? Track number 46. I was doing this thing where I'm trying to recreate some music from an old band, but I figured I would do something a little bit different. And the only reason for that is because it kind of caught my attention as I was trying to write a song that kind of mimics the other band. But I kind of fell in love with this song, and it's pretty fun. This song is going to be called, sorry, Joshua, let me share my screen with Joshua and for the people watching and listening.
Yeah, you're good, man. We're getting into it.
Before I go ahead and give you the name here. But this song is called Falling Free, and you can listen to it in its entirety over on sorryforthethelate.live/AI radio, and check it out, my guys. So here it is. Joshua, let's take a little break. Enjoy.
used to hold hands. Now I'm holding back tears. Your ghost tried to haunt me, but it's fading. There's no light around here. I've set the stage well, taking my bow. Tomorrow's a new girl, but I'm living in the now, still waiting for the night to whisper, calling my name. Oh, I've got no past, I've got no shame. Falling free like the stars in the sky. Letting go, no more tears left to cry. Spin me around, let the music ignite. Dancing like no one's inside.
All right, buddy. There's your AI song for the week. Once again, if you want to listen to that song in its entirety, feel free to come on over to Sorry for the Late Out Live/AI Radio, and it'll be right there for you, along with our other 45 tracks. Next week, we'll go ahead and continue my journey to find the sound that I've been trying to recreate. But Joshua, how'd you feel about that one this week?
I think the songs just keep getting better and better and better. And I saw something the other day where they were asking like record labels and music companies, are they worried about AI radio? And honestly, I think they should be.
Yeah.
Because too many artists get taken for money, too many there's just so much bad that goes on in music, and it's nice to see you can think of an idea and just recreate it through AI, and it just shows off who you are and how you feel without like having to go to some giant studio and pay them millions of dollars and them take everything that you own and you never own anything because they have it all. So I think they should be worried because AI music and AI radio is here to stay. And these two guys are going to keep bumping the shit out of it.
Oh, hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So watch out.
And that's coming from an artist who's played music for centuries, a century, a decade, more than a decade, 2 decades. I'm going to continue doing it.
It's only going to get better. And you know what? It's just, I don't know. I can't say enough about how good it feels to be able to listen to music like that and just not owe somebody money for your ideas. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's nice.
Oh, man. All right, buddy. Let's get on down. Or unless you have anything you wanted to add to the Juicebox trauma.
No, I mean, I think eventually we'll go to a part 2 because there's just way too much to talk about when it comes to Juicebox trauma.
Yeah. If you guys want to hear more of the Juicebox trauma or any of these traumas that we're about to talk about, let us know. Put a comment in or send us a message. Talk to us in person, Let us know. Let's head on over to the next one, Joshua. Bills, breakdowns, and burritos. Would you like to start this one, or would you like me to start this one?
No, I mean, I think you have a lovely voice, and your shit story really set the mood, and if whatever Sean talks about generally sparks my imagination and just kind of gets my wheels turning. So Sean, if you would like to kick this off,
of course, I'll give you an adult trauma story here. I think a lot of people can relate to this one for sure, but this is a story of drunk drivers. So I'll go ahead and just, I'll just tell you a story. So late at night, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm resting peacefully in bed, buddy. I'm just taking my Z's. This is before I had my CPAP machine, so I'm really getting that restful sleep, So I'm enjoying life, When all of a sudden, I hear the loudest fucking crash I think I've ever heard in my entire flipping life, right? And let me preface this by saying the street that I lived on before was not a very public street. Joshua's been to that street. He's been to that road. Like, it's not a very busy street, So when something like this happens, it kind of wakes the whole neighborhood kind of thing here. So hear this loud crash, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? So I get up, don't have to take off my CPAP machine. I just get up naturally, and then I go outside, and lo and behold, a I didn't notice at the time, but a drunk driver had hit my car, which was parked on the side of the road, and basically veered into the intersection that we have right near our home and was just sitting there. And so I go out there, I see my car totaled, completely crushed like a can of beans. I'm like walking around and I see the car that did the accident is still there. And I like walk over and I see the door is like trying to be open. And then it finally opens. And then this gentleman, shit-faced off of his ass, stumbles out of the car, doesn't know where he is confused, and proceeds to just kind of try to run away from the situation. By the time the gentleman tries to open the door and run away, the neighborhood is pretty much up at this point, you know? So everybody's turning on their lights to like see what's going on. And this guy is probably like, I don't know, 20 feet down the road at this point. And he basically hops a few fences and is gone at that point. And nobody knows where he went. We call the cops, you know, as you do, to report an accident, report a drunk driver. And we're like, hey, the dude literally just ran away like a few blocks that way. And like, we don't know what to do with the situation. So the cop takes all their information, takes my information, takes pictures, like puts in the license plates and stuff like that. This guy literally lived right around the corner. The cops pulled up and knocked on the door and said, where's this gentleman? And he was there, obviously. They pulled him out, arrested him, and took him away. But the trauma of seeing this guy's car, because his car was pretty crushed. I thought the guy was dead, to be honest with you, because the way that the car was crushed and the way his car was crushed, it didn't seem like he was going to come back from that. But you know how this thing of like, when somebody's drunk, you know, and they get into an accident, they survive because their body is pretty much loosened up, you know, and like everything's fine. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened to him to allow him to survive that crash. But it was just traumatizing to experience something so visceral as like an accident like that, and somebody having no remorse and just running away from the situation. Like, it makes you really think, like, what if there was somebody in that car or somebody was driving on that street? You know, they would have been fucking dead right there in front of the fucking house. So that is my first trauma as an adult. And that was like when I just turned like adult age, like, you know, 20. It's like 22, maybe. You know, your brain is still developing until you're 25. So it's like, that had an impact on me, and basically vowed to never drink and drive. May have broken a few of those vows, but you know, I try my best. You know, so it's just fucking traumatizing. Don't drink and drive, ladies and gentlemen. Just putting that out there. So, Joshua, that's one of mine.
Okay, well, you know what's kind of weird about adult trauma? I've learned as a child clearly to black out so much, or just block out trauma. Mm-hmm. So as an adult now, I feel like I have this really good coping mechanism that I kind of just tend to, especially as an adult, just block out shit that I don't want to just stay there, because I have enough shit that's just there. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I really have a ton of adult traumas, because I think by now I'm just kind of like, well, fuck, this is just kind of how the world is. Yeah, like this is like, you know, when you're a kid, everything's so fucking brand new. But I mean, I guess something that happened to me more of like when I was a grown person, when I was, you know, I guess taller than fucking 4 foot tall or whatever. Was probably the first time I'd said something wrong to somebody, and they fucking kicked me straight in the balls.
Oh shit! Oh
yeah. So, when your nuts are big enough to where they, you know, as a man, as a grown person, when that fucking size 10 just connects with both of them and just squares up on both your fucking tea bags, just fucking kicks you so hard you throw up.
Oh,
God damn. That is traumatizing, folks. So, I can't remember what I did. All I can remember is the excruciating pain I felt as an adult, getting kicked square in the nuts, as an adult. So I vowed never to say anything or put myself in a compromising position where I have my legs open wide enough that you can connect with both balls with your foot.
that makes a lot of sense now. Now I know why you stand with your feet together.
Or at an angle. I never just go right in front of you. I'm always at an angle because I never know. I always keep one of my balls tucked back. Because I don't want it to happen again, man. Keep that left one just tucked back. It's the most sensitive one. But no, as an adult, man, I don't know. I just feel like I've seen so much shit nowadays. I've seen too many movies. I've seen so much shit that it's hard for me to be really traumatized as an adult at this point, because I've seen too much.
Well, if you don't mind, Joshua, I got one that is, all the traumas are personal, but I got one that'll probably hit home with a lot of people. We're going to take it to a dark area, folks. Like I said in the precursor to this, we're going to get to some dark stuff. And the one I thought about when I was doing adult traumas, because you're right, I'm with you on that. We kind of push everything to the side, and we kind of black everything out. But the one that always keeps coming back to me was being a pallbearer for my grandpa's funeral. Like that hurts. That is traumatizing in a way that you can't even describe. To watch your family members just bawl their eyes out and just go through those emotions of losing someone that they were close to, and then you have the responsibility of carrying this casket to its final resting place. Like that is something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. And as much as it meant, like, I'm proud that I was able to do that, because I know it meant something to my grandpa to have his grandkids lift him and lower him down. Like, that still hurts, and I think that's what trauma is. It's still pain that's always there, and that will still be a pain that is always there. And I know a lot of people can relate to something like that, but I think that's probably the biggest thing that I have as far as an adult trauma, is that recurring memory, recurring funeral. Like, you just remember every single moment about it, and you remember every second about it. And yeah, it's tough, because on top of that, like, not only did I have to carry the casket for him, like, I had to physically pick him up when he passed. And that in itself, I wish nobody that moment of having to lift up your loved one after they've passed. Like, that is hard beyond measure. And if you have gone through that, I fucking feel for you. So that is probably the darkest that we'll get on these podcasts ever. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there for talking about traumas. That's on my list of things. So yeah.
No, it's heavy, man. That is heavy. I think we all have stories that can relate to that 100%. And I don't think our trauma episode is worthy of just a part one. I think there's going to be more.
A part two. For sure.
There's gonna have to be a part two, because there's just too much to talk about, and too much to talk about.
We'll talk more about it, but Joshua, let's wrap this episode up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put on a smile. Hey, if you're just joining us because you clicked the link and you're right here now with our little timestamp, you made it. You're here with us right now. We're going to end the week on some happy notes. Let's get some fun finds. Let's do some lucky numbers. Let's get our last fortune. Let's end with a monologue. And Joshua, I have two good ones for you to end with. What I always give you, these little dad jokes. So let's do that. But let's head on over to the. You want to do fun finds first? Or you want to do fortunes first?
We could do whatever you want, man. We don't do structure, man. But since we're down to the last two fortunes, Sean.
I thought we're down to the only fortune. Is this the last fortune?
Oh fuck! fuck, you're right.
Yeah, see, I've been doing the math. I've been doing the math.
We only have one left. And if you've been listening to us since the beginning of these fortunes, you know how good and how fucking disappointing they are sometimes.
Some of them are pretty bad, to be honest.
Sean left, if you've been following us and listening to us, Sean left the last fortune to be the dirtiest fortune. And I think it's only fitting since we're talking about trauma, we got to go dirty. Because that's all we got left, everybody. So let's hit you with one of these fortunes. And I don't know what I'm going to do. If anybody has a suggestion what we should do other than fortunes at the end of this, or fucking maybe I should take my pants off or some shit. I don't know.
We're going to spin a wheel. You're going to do the helicopter. We're going to see what it lands on, left or right.
Yeah. The left cheek or the right cheek. Let's see here. Oh, man. This is... Fuck, dude. I really hope... You know, whatever... Okay. You just... Sorry, if you just hit the timestamp, you miss my whole thing about school and me having to raise my hand and wrong answers while reading was one of the things. So we got a long one for today's fortune, everybody. Ooh, so let me try to spit this out for everybody.
You need to pre-read it? You want to pre-read it?
No, I'm just going to go for it. Fuck it, man. I don't need to pre-read shit, dude.
He's going for it.
Yeah.
He's doing it live.
For it. All right, everybody. Here is your silly, dirty dozen fortune and the final fortune out of this bundle here for July 29th, episode 96. Here you go, everybody. You'll garner the attention of a young woman after buying 6 boxes of Thin Mints from her. Did you get it?
That could be a part of Juicebox traumas.
Did you get it? Well, there you go, everybody. I hope you got a little chuckle out of that one because Sean sure did.
I'm fucking happy we waited on that one. That worked perfectly sometimes, you know? Sometimes things in the universe kind of just align, and that is a moment of alignment.
That was perfect. There you go, buddy. That is your fortune. And I got to thank you for that one because you left that one for last. So good job. Yeah, good job. The universe aligned, just like you said. What do you got? We got lucky numbers?
Hell yeah, man. Let's get some lucky numbers for the week. These are your 7 lucky numbers. Feel free to use them for whatever nefarious reasons you would like, including maybe going to Vegas. Joshua, I think we may have a trip planned sometime soon. Vegas part 2. Here we go. Here are your lucky numbers, everybody. 2, 3, 6, 14, 26, 34, and 47. Once again, those 7 lucky numbers are 2, 3, 6, 14, 26, 34, and 47. All right, Joshua. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So let's do some fun finds, and then let's send the people off with your now iconic monologue.
It's good. All right, Sean. So the last few weeks, I've been showing off what I'm going to now admit some childhood traumas, and it has to do with the movie. What is it?
Gremlins?
They got Gizmo in it. Gremlins. There you go. It just fucking flew out of my head right there. Gremlins, right? So I've been showing these off one by one, and I just want to tell you, buddy, I didn't just have a couple of them, my good sir. I got the whole set of Gremlins.
Joshua is showing off a whole 6 Funko set of Gremlins. I can't even begin to describe them. There's a lot of them. Some of them are wearing 3D glasses. Some of them are blacklight colored. It's pretty fucking cool, to be honest.
So I was able to come up on the whole collection, and not only that, if you listen to, I believe I brought it up the last episode, we were able to go to an oddities event where they had a shit ton of original art. And because I love Gremlins so much, I got a second fun find to show off, everybody.
Okay, I'm ready.
And here it is. I got a cool original art Gremlins.
That is fucking amazing. Joshua, can you straighten that out for me so I can get a good shot right there? Wow, look at that. Joshua is showing us a original artwork. It is a gremlin inside of what looks to be is that a popcorn bucket?
It's a popcorn bucket, buddy.
All right, he's inside of a popcorn bucket, chilling with a drink umbrella and a little guy on the bottom down there. I know that guy has a name. I know they both have names, but I don't know what their names are. But it's fucking amazing. That's great,
Yeah, buddy.
dude.
Yeah, so some cool art along with the Funko, mini micro Funko, whatever you call those things. It got the whole set, got the artwork to go with it. So fuck yeah, that is my fun find. I'm super stoked on it. Complete the whole set with some artwork. That is my fun find for this episode. 96.
Nice, my dude. Congrats, man. That's beautiful. You're gonna hang that up somewhere back there?
Yeah. All of it's. I mean, eventually this is like a little stage here. Eventually, all this is going to change. I don't know when, but eventually, this background will change.
All right, my dude. Cool.
We'll see.
Let me show you guys my fun find. Hey, I had the opportunity to go to a women's basketball game. There's a team up here called the Seattle Storm. I did not go to see the Seattle Storm. Sorry, everybody. I went to see the Golden State Valkyries come up here to play their first ever game in Seattle. They lost. It was quite disappointing. The game itself was almost comical. But they were giving out this amazing Funko at the game. So let me show it off for you guys. I don't have a button. Sorry, everybody. But it is Doppler. He is their Seattle Storm mascot. It's a 1-of-1, buddy. So this is just an original right there. Boom. So there he is. That is my fun find for the week. It's Doppler. He's beautiful. He's a cool guy. So there you go.
Beautiful little Funko. Did you add him to your Funko surplus list, your app?
I did add him to the surplus list. He's on there. He is worth, I think he's going for about $25 right now, which is pretty cool. Getting it for free.
So that's badass.
Not bad at all.
That is a value find. We haven't said that in a while.
It's a value find right there. Anything free that can earn a profit off of? Yeah, it's a value find, baby.
I still think I have the best one by finding money on the ground. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, it's always a win. Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? The other day I did find money on the floor, but this is kind of rare. I found a $20 bill that is for motion picture use only.
Oh, that's a trip.
Yeah, dude. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. I'll have Mia put a picture of it right here. But it was fucking cool. I was like, God damn, this is pretty rare. So
yeah, and the fact that it's just laying on the ground,
yeah,
like
just out of nowhere.
You kind of feel somebody got duped.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? They're going through their wallet like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Somebody just paid me and
that fucking reminds me. It felt extremely real. Like legitimately, like the paper that they make that on, like it felt real. I was like, God damn. So yeah, someone got duped hard.
Funny.
So yeah. Joshua, it's time to end this episode. Let's end it. Let's give the people your closing monologue for the week. Hopefully it's something good. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, man. Joshua now has the stage. Joshua.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've made it this far in the Sorry for the Delay plays here. Episode 96. If you fast forward and you missed all the trauma stuff, I just, I hope you go back and listen to it because me and Sean did get in some stuff that I think is kind of important. I think it's valuable to address some stuff that are your trauma or whatever. But if you do need help, there's lots of places out there to find it. And these two guys are always here to listen to you. That's what we always tell you. Post comments. We love you guys in the community. So just fucking we're here for everybody. So no matter what you're going through. But I don't know what else to say other than thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Get the merch. Check out the website. There's a bunch of music on there. It's getting better. Love y'all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Sean, that's all I got, buddy.
That was actually pretty nice, buddy. Like Joshua said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you if you made it all the way through this episode and didn't skip the trauma. And if you did skip the trauma, hey, maybe next week you can come on in and listen to the whole episode. Joshua, I have two things for you. Because I found this one and I couldn't help that I didn't find it for the last episode, but I'm going to read you two. So I'm going to read you this one first, and then I will read you the one that I was going to read you for this week. So the one I'm going to read you right now is the one I should have read last week. So here you go, buddy. I accidentally took out my Blockbuster card at the bar. The bartender said, "Never mind." Because
What the fuck?
because you're old. You know, you're old.
Oh,
Yeah,
got it.
you're old.
Got it.
The bartender asked him for his ID, right? So it's like, you're old. Yeah, I know. I know. That's why it wasn't going to be the one I'm ending the week on, buddy. This is the one I'm ending the week on. So,
Okay.
Joshua, why was the algebra book so sad?
I don't know.
It had too many problems. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Deuces.